Tanking to get the #1 pick in the draft. It's a fun idea. It's scandalous. It's a nice anti-hero's journey, but it doesn't really make any sense. It's not logical. It's not rational to assume that players and coaches who likely will not be back next season stand anything to gain by looking bad or losing in what could be their final games as starters or members of that team or players in the NFL. That was evident on Sunday as the Jets beat the Rams 23-20 at SoFi Stadium, getting their first win of the season and temporarily moving out of the #1 pick in the draft, as the Jacksonville Jaguars will be picking first if they lose their next 2 games. The Rams fell to 9-5 and fell out of first place in the NFC West as the Seahawks improved to 10-4 with a win over the Washington football team in Washington District of Columbia. The Rams can still win the NFC West if they win their next 2 games, while the Seahawks will win the division if they beat the Rams next week in Seattle. The Jets no longer have to play for getting their first win of the season. That's been done. And we're going to look at 5 moments in the game against the Rams that helped the Jets beat the Rams and improve to 1-13. It's the start of the second quarter and the Jets already lead 7-0, but that's not too unusual. When the Jets scored in the first quarter, it was their 8th straight game in which they had scored on the first possession. And the Rams, though they are a good first quarter team, bad teams sometimes take leads. It's not really that big of a deal, but it became more of a big deal after the Jets had forced another punt by the LA Rams, this time by Johnny Hekker, who had come in with only 2 career punts blocked. But you're going to see what looks to be Rams defensive lineman on the special teams here, Derek Rivers, who was picked up just a week ago or so from the New England Patriots. But it appears that he gets beat by J.T. Hassel on the right side of the Rams offensive line.
Any energy, and you've
You
got
can see here already this whole mess of 3 Jets coming at him and 3 Rams trying to block. And it appears as though this is 49 to me. If someone thinks that this is not 49, I guess we will find out soon. But JT Hassel is able to come in there and knock the ball out of Johnny Hekker's foot, which is where punters hold the ball. They hold the ball with their feet. Watch that in real time. And just watching it in real time, you can see in real time just how blown up that punt blocking was. This was bad news for Johnny Hekker and the Rams, but good news for JT Hassel or anyone out there who was rooting for JT Hassel, who was born with just 2 fingers on his left hand and made it to the NFL.
I never even thought I was going to make it to the NFL. I had dreams of it, but I never really thought that I would end up here.
Do you think I can compete at this level?
I felt like I always could. I always knew like my worth, like even though I didn't get drafted and stuff, but I was like, God definitely put me here for a reason, and it wasn't a mistake. So I felt like I could definitely compete.
Oddly enough, Johnny Hekker's most viewed highlight film of all time might be from 4 years ago, the last time that he faced the New York Jets. That's the way that you want every punt to go in your head. The fantasy of a punt always goes that way, other direction.
Chasing Jalen Marshall. He's had ball control. Penalty flag down.
For precisely that reason, Tom, they play what we call punt safe.
Look at this punt. That Hekker is some kind of weapon.
Number 2, the Rams are now down 10-0, and they have the ball 1st and 10. They're in 11 personnel, and you're going to see here that Jared Goff is going to make a mistake
to grab momentum, and instead now it's first.
It's a good fake and everything like that. Jared Goff is pretty much wide open. Nobody is pressuring him. This is exactly where Jared Goff and Sean McVay want Jared Goff to be. This is exactly where he wants to be. And as you can see, we've got Bryce Hall here. This is also kind of where he wants Jared Goff to be. To make exactly that play, Jared Goff throws it at what appears to be Robert Woods, but he really throws it to Bryce Hall, who is able to wrangle it in with his right arm. There was not really any necessary reason for Jared Goff to throw that football where he did, obviously because it went to Bryce Hall. Number 3, it is now midway through the third quarter. The Jets are up 13-3, and it's 4th and goal. If the Rams get a stop here, they allow no points. If they do not get a stop, they allow at least 6 points. And it really comes down to their rookie left tackle, Mekhi Becton, versus Rams All-Pro Aaron Donald. It's a very difficult assignment for Donald. It's a very difficult assignment for Becton, and it's usually going to happen. You would think that the running back is going to get in, but this is a play that doesn't work plenty of times. Right up here is Mekhi Becton pushing off Aaron Donald. There's Michael Brockers in the fray, but it's just going to be too late. There's Aaron Donald. They made up head-to-head, and Mekhi Becton's able to push him out. Good blocking here, but this is just going to be too little too late. That put the Jets up 20-3 midway through the third quarter. A pretty good lead for any team, even one that was 0-13. Number 4, there's 5:45 remaining in the game, and now the Jets only lead 23-20, and they're punting it back to the LA Rams. This would appear to be a very good play by Simba Webster, the Rams punt returner. Unfortunately, I do see a moment here where we can say that if it had gone slightly differently, the Rams very possibly could have won and probably would have won this game. Right here, it's great news for Simba Webster. Already, we're looking at how great this is when you see Simba Webster's here and 6 Jets are right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That only leaves 5. I can do this kind of math. Gets past 6 Jets, 7 Jets, 8 Jets, 9 Jets, 10. Oh. Now look, Webster could go left. Webster goes right. There's nobody to the left. There's 2 people to the right. And if Simba Webster goes to the left, I mean, I'm not a punt returner. I'm not an NFL player. I've never been out there before. I don't know how it works. Don't even listen to me. Turn it off. I'm wrong. But it sure looked like Simba Webster could have run left. The blocking was all there. The Jets exerted themselves on trying to get Simba Webster. I saw an opportunity there for the Rams to go up 26-23 at least, if not 27-23, if Simba Webster takes the route to the left instead of the right.
Every time he tries to make a move, something screws up. Can't go left.
Can't go left.
No. What about women? Do they go left or right?
No, we just play defense.
And finally, number 5, there's a little bit more than 3 minutes remaining. The Jets have the ball, and the Rams are still only down 3 points if they can just force a punt and get the ball back. But Frank Gore is going to make 2 plays here at the end of the game to help the Jets win against the Rams. It's 2nd and 7 here. They want to run the ball down. They were more than willing at this point to get 5 yards, but Frank Gore picks up 7 yards on 3rd and 7 or 2nd and 7. We see right here how many Rams there are, but Frank Gore, I'm going to say mattering. I'm not sure that this is a play that every running back in the world can make, and there's a reason that Frank Gore is still in the league. Breaks it off here. See 1 broken tackle, and Leonard Floyd, it's a little too late. It's now 3rd and 6, 2:17 remaining. If they get a stop here, they either force the Jets into a decision to go for it or punt. And final play of the game. Darnold stays in the pocket. He had a pretty good game sticking in the pocket. We see that Frank Gore is left wide open underneath. There was potentially even something up here, but he's just able to dump it off right here. And that's going to be enough for the Jets to beat the Rams. The Rams fall to 9-5, but not all is lost on the Rams season. Like I said, they win their last 2 games, and they will win the NFC West and probably get the 3 seed in the NFC. But for the Jets, not all hope is lost either. You don't have to pick first to be good. It doesn't really make sense that you got to be the worst, that you got to suck a bunch in order to get better in the future. Get better today and let the future follow. But that was 5 moments that I think proved pivotal in how the Jets upset the Rams.